Hello everyone! It's time for another video to study grammar, right? Remember, study every day a little bit. The more you study, the more you learn. And there are many ways to study. You can study watching TV, watching movies, with or without subtitles. If you don't feel confident enough to watch a TV series without subtitles, it's important to put the subtitles and watch and follow subtitles in English, right? So that you can improve your vocabulary. And if your vocabulary is not good enough, or if your listening skills aren't up to date, one very good tip that I give you is listen, even if you don't understand everything. The more you listen, the more accurate your listening skills become. That's how I improved my listening skills, and now I can understand almost everything I watch on TV, for example, without seeing the subtitles. Okay, so after this introduction, let's get going, shall we? Right. The last video, we started studying the verbs may and might, okay? But this verb tense requires more study. May, might, and could, right? And the relation between them. Some of the examples you watch, they can be interchangeable, right? You can use either one or another, but it doesn't apply to everything. You have to pay attention to what you listen, to what you see. For example, could, in a way, can be similar in meaning to may and might, okay? Let's see for some example. Tom told me he won the lottery. Oh, it's my dream to win the lottery. Yes, everyone's dream. Yeah, do you think it's strange, isn't it? It could be true. Right? It could be true. You can replace could with may or might. It may be true, it might be true, right? It has the same meaning, although it has some slight differences. When I studied in English course and in English school, they taught me that the verb might, it's used for less probable, less likely to happen, right? Less likely events to happen. And may and can, for example, they could have the same meaning. They express possibility of something happening. Okay, but let's see one difference right now. For example, she could have told me the truth. Right? Let's suppose I have a daughter, and she wanted to leave to meet her boyfriend, and she told me a little lie, right? A small lie. She says that she's going to study with her friend, and then you find out that she didn't tell you the truth, and then you say she could have told me the truth. So in this example, it means that she didn't tell me anything, but she could have told. It has a different meaning than here. Here, could, may, and might express a possibility of something happening. Here, the event already happened, and she told me a lie, and I'm telling that if she told me the truth, it would be better. I could have accepted the truth as it is. For example, I sent Todd an email and he didn't answer it. What's the hypothesis? Right? After many days, you sent him an email and he didn't care. He didn't answer it. There are many possibilities. Maybe he didn't read the email. Maybe he read and just thought that he would answer it afterwards and then he forgot to do so. Or maybe he just didn't want to answer. Right? There are many possibilities. I suppose he might not have read it. It's a possibility, right? Maybe he didn't read the email. He might not have read it. So check this. It's very important. This structure that that I am showing you, it has the verb could or might, the verb have, okay, might not have or could have, and the verb in the past participle. Tell, the simple past is told, the past participle is told. Read, remember that read, read, read. You spell this, it's the same spelling, but the pronunciation is different. Read in the simple present, read in the simple past, and read in the past participle. Okay. All right. So now let's see more things about the verb may and might, okay? You have already seen that may and might is used to express possibilities, things that can be possible in the future, right? Or happenings in the future. For example, I will take my vacations on August. And just one thing, remember that we saw the difference between will and going to be going to. Here I'm considering that I'm just considering the idea of traveling. I haven't taken the decision yet, so I use the verb will. When you have already planned something and everything is planned and you're all set to travel, so you use to be going to. That's a small difference. Depending on the way you speak during the speech, you may explicit this difference or not. Okay, so I will take my vacation no, I wrote it incorrectly. In August, okay, not on, in. Okay, my mistake, in August. Then what will you do then? Maybe, let me see, I may travel abroad. It's a possibility, okay? It's possible that this will happen, okay? I arrived at the doctor's office early. It happens to me. I have a doctor, and every month I go to this doctor to check my health, to check my prescriptions, right? Because he prescribes me some drugs and I have to buy it every month. I have to take on a daily basis. And I get there very early. Not very early, but early. If the appointment is 10:30, for example, sometimes I get there at 10. So what do I mean? Why I gave you all this context? Because I want to emphasize something that you will understand. He might call me earlier. right? He might call me earlier. Perhaps he's free, right? He's free in his office. He's not busy with another patient, and he calls me earlier and give me attention earlier. The appointment was at 10:30, but as he's free, he calls me and hastens the process, okay? So he might call me early. It's a possibility, perhaps, or maybe I may have to wait longer, right? I may have to wait if he's busy. If he's busy with somebody there, I may have to wait longer. Busy. Oh my God, my spelling is terrible. Busy. Okay? All right. Okay. So far, so good? All right. Remember, the verb may, which expresses many things, but especially possibilities, the negative form is may not, or is there another one? No, there isn't another one. To may is just possible, may not. There is not a contracted form for the verb may. But the verb might, on the other hand, you have. We have already seen this in another video. Maybe you will recognize that we have already talked about it. Might not, or the horribly, this is horrible, right? In my opinion, mightn't. No, I don't like this one. I'd rather say might not than mightn't. Okay, it's horrible, but it's possible to use. Okay. So it's the negative form. You can use in the same contexts. She may not help you today. She's busy, right? She may not help you today. It's a possibility that she won't be able to help you, all right? There might not be enough time. The time is almost up, you are doing something, and then somebody says, oh, there might not be enough time to do the task. There might not be. We haven't studied this verb tense yet, but it's important to emphasize. There is the verb there is or there are, which they mean exist, right? There is a book on the table. Remember the classic saying, right, to students in English. There is, there are, and there are many variations. There will be in the future. There will be. It's in the future. There would be in the conditional form, right? There may be, to express a possibility of something existing or happening. There might be. So that's the context here. There might not be. Okay? So there are many possibilities to merge these verb tenses, to use the future, the conditional, the verb that expresses possibilities. So you see, it's very flexible in English, and that's the reason I give many different examples in English to you, okay? To express that you can learn many different things. Okay, people, for one video, I guess that's enough. If the video is trembling a lot, I hope you don't mind, because I'm holding the camera. But when I watch, I believe it's very watchable. You won't have any problem at all. And okay, that's it. Have a nice day.